Hey faelings, Callan here. Um, Long time no see. Life has been crazy busy. It's just non-stop on the go lately, which is fine. I'm doing well, surviving it, living the dream. But today, while I'm taking a day to myself to rest, um, because I've been on the go so much, figured why not sit down and make a couple of videos. I made one for my other channel, which is my more professional business channel, under Thorn Divinations. While this one is I get to just share with you, I just get to talk with you guys about different parts of my practice and different, things that I'm doing, things that I'm learning. And so, yeah. So, with today's video, I am going to be doing a kind of review, not really a review, kind of, I don't know, of Christopher Penczack's Temple of Witchcraft series. Now, Christopher Penczack, I adore. I think he's a phenomenal writer. I think a lot of what he teaches and writes about is great work. Now, this is not for everyone, obviously, but it is one of those books, or series really, that I think everybody should just pick up if they have the funds to do so. I know it can be rather expensive, because just one of these books is $25, and I think there's like 6 or 7 in the series. So I know it can be a cost thing for a lot of people, but that being said, I do think it is a great series. There is so much information packed into these books, and each one takes you through a different journey within witchcraft and within specifically who he is as a writer and his knowledge to share. He is a Cabot witch from Salem, Massachusetts. His Specifically, this one, I don't remember if the other ones are or not, is forwarded by Laurie Cabot herself. And Laurie Cabot is a phenomenal witch. But this is an amazing series. Each chapter comes with lessons and homework of sorts to kind of keep you honest and keep you on your path. The inner temple is all about the inner workings of ourselves. So there's a lot of meditation. There's just a lot of like energy work, some stuff about symbolisms and the symbolic meaning of those symbols within the universe and within ourselves, and how it connects to our inner working, inner selves, inner spirits. What it means at the initiation process is, in the back of his books is an appendix self-test, which, all of the answers are within the book. And it's more so just testing your own knowledge. So as you go through the books and as you go through the lessons, you truly see if you've retained the information. And it's kind of important. And I think what I like to think about it is reading the book all the way through. And the reason for this, read it all the way through once. Take the test, see what information stuck. Because if that information stuck with you, or what information you want to look for, but if the information stuck with you, maybe it's something to look a little deeper into to add to your own practice. Obviously, everything in these books you're not going to use within your own practice. And the reason for that is because it's a lot of information, and we're all so unique within personal practices. Now, if you're a part of a tradition, that's going to be a little different. Specifically, if you're a part of the Wiccan traditions, which I think there's so many out there that I won't go into all of them or anything like that. But if you're part of a Wiccan tradition, you're a little more set and hard and fast in the rules that you have to follow within tradition practice. That being said, I still believe that your personal practice at home, away from your tradition, away from networking, is going to vary by practitioner to practitioner. And that's very important to look into and think about when you're doing your working. Excuse me. Now, the reason why I think these books are super great when I'm using them to teach, help teach my tradition, is, let me see here. The great things about these is there are recordings of these books as well. I'm the Inner Temple, Outer Temple, Shamanic, High Witchcraft, Living Temple Volume 1, and Living Volume Temple 2. There's audio recordings for it, which is phenomenal because it reaches more people. Because some people who are dyslexic have a harder time reading, especially a book this thick. Like, thinking on it, this is a lot of information packed into one book. And that is very daunting for somebody with a neurodivergent brain, who have dyslexia or something along those lines, or just somebody who has a hard time focusing. Honestly, it's a lot. It's just a lot of information and bigger words that you might not understand. I mean, hell, I've had to stop and look up words and take breaks and break it up into even smaller chunks than just chapter chunks, because at times it's so overwhelming. But that is not a slight against the book itself, and it's not a slight against the author, because I think it's phenomenal to write in such a way that you pack so much information. And this is like a 6-part series, which is amazing. I love learning. I love teaching witchcraft, so I love learning new things about it all of the time. And it's making me relook at my biases against things that I've been against before, where it's like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. So this is why I just love going to different authors from different traditions and things like that and reading what they talk about, because it's so important to me. Anyways, back to another reason why I love these books. They are broken up into chapters. The chapters are sporadic. There is no set numbers for how long each chapter is, but it's like there's 17 in the first book. Now, that being said, that goes to like 370 pages of just information within the chapters themselves. And there's 34 different exercises to do throughout this book. From intention rituals, feeling energy, ball of energy, feeling aura, pushing and pulling energy, earth walking, programming your trigger, mental projection, correspondences, heartbeat, sun and moon, tree meditation, protection, shield, showering of light, aura gazing and clearing, chakra opening and balancing, psychic travel, pendulums, muscle testing, automatic writing, visiting the inner temple, psychic scanning, healing case, past life exploration. So all of these things and more are included within this book. This one book. Now, if you only pick up one, I definitely recommend picking up the Inner Temple. And the reason why I recommend picking up the Inner Temple is because witchcraft, for the most part, is inner working. You're doing the work inside yourself to heal yourself, to better yourself. That is not the case for everybody, and for those people that are not the case, recommend looking into one of the other ones. But I also recommend going in order. When I started reading these books, I did not go in order, but he references a lot of his later books, he references the earlier books in them to being like, hey, if you need help understanding this particular chapter, it's explained in a lot more depth in this way in this book. So which is why I recommend getting it as a series and going through it as a series. Because even if you break this up into weeks or months, honestly, weekly or bi-weekly breaking it up makes a lot of sense. Because in 17 weeks, you'll have this book done. There isn't pressure to get it done within a day. You can spread it up over the week. And the chapters, if I'm not mistaken, don't break up really into more than 20 pages. I think it's roughly about 20 pages, some more, some less. 20 pages of information. Now, some of those pages are the exercises. Some of those pages are diagrams and things like that. So take that into consideration too, which is why I'm saying it's about 20-ish pages. Like chapter 1 is only 7 pages, whereas chapter 2 is like 15. So I really think digging into these books is super, super cool. And he has other books out there. He has something called Reiki Magic or Magic of Reiki, which kind of is a whole different thing. Just looking into him as an author, he's a fantastic author. I love his writing style. Let me see if I can find like an excerpt or something in here that I can share with you all. Like, just listen to the dedication that he put in his books, or in this book. To my parents, Rosalie and Ronald, who always supported me on this path. To my partners, Steve and Adam, for walking this road with me. To my beloved high priestess, Alex, for holding, tending, and manifesting the dream. To my first teacher, Lynn and Lori Cabot, for setting me on the path. And to that first inner temple class in the basement, planting the seed for all that came after. Thank you, Steve, Jessica, Christina, Jen, Bridget, and Kat, who knew then where it all would lead. Like, amazing. Just I know. I don't recommend things to you that I don't believe in myself. Disclaimer. I'm going to read you his disclaimer too. Please note that the information in this book is not meant to diagnose, treat, prescribe, or substitute consultation with a licensed healthcare professional. Both the author and the publisher recommend that you consult a medical practitioner before attempting the techniques outlined in this book and assume no liability for any injuries caused to the reader that may result from the reader's use of the content contained herein. All readers should use common sense when contemplating the practices described in the work. Like, yes, thank you. Now I know why this disclaimer is here, but like this disclaimer right here is so needed, because people are stupid. Let's face it. Let me just see. And this one right here is actually the 20th anniversary edition of the... So, I mean, these books go back some years, but their information is still very prevalent. Like chapter 1. So that's kind of what the chapters look like. But it's Ask a Witch. Like, something most people don't necessarily think of. When they try to think of, like, Like, this answers the question, what is a witch? What is witchcraft? And in a lot of books, it's relatively the same, but until you read it, you don't necessarily think in these thoughts. He also goes into the science behind witchcraft, which I find to be so fantastic. The art, the spirituality, the healer, the walker, the weaver. And then he goes into quite a bit of history on it, which is all about what chapter 2 is, digging for the roots. Like, what is the roots of witchcraft? What does it all contain? And he's not he's not afraid to shy away from the harder topics that come with witchcraft, such as talking about, the burning times, or like religious wars and things like that. He doesn't shy away from those topics. He delivers them fantastically. Sorry, message came through. But, so I just wanted to share this. I will see if I can find some links to order his books. Maybe even see if I can find PDF links and link them down below for you all. And if you want me to go through, like, each book and describe them separately, I absolutely can. I won't, obviously, I can't read them to you or anything like that. But if you want a little bit more information on these books, I will also see if he's got a website or something that describes them a little bit better too. So keep an eye out for those things, but let me know what kind of videos you guys want. I have missed talking to you guys so much, by the way. It's been a roller coaster of a time, and to be able to sit down and actually make videos really makes me happy, and is like, this is what I meant to do. So, yeah, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, head on over to my other YouTube channel and subscribe to there as well, because all the love is greatly appreciated, and I love you guys all for watching. I know I was talking really fast, and this just naturally, so if you guys want me to slow down, I can try a little bit. Some days I talk faster, some days I talk slower. So let me know. Let me know what you guys want. Like I said, this channel is for me to just kind of word vomit at people. It is nothing. It's not meant to be like super professional and super, like, set in stone on what I talk about. Like, I want the freedom to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about, and whatever the hell you want to listen to. Obviously, I will take those things into consideration, because, well, yes, this is my channel. Yes, I make content that I like doing. Nobody's interested in it. Nobody's interested in it, but doesn't mean I'm going to stop making videos either. Because I do love it. I just don't get to do it as often as I would like. So when I have a few minutes here and there to do it, I absolutely will. I'm just noticing how bad that tapestry is. Like, that's gonna bug me now. It's gonna bug me greatly. Anyways, so until next time, y'all, blessed be. Live in the light, dance in the shadows. Thanks for watching. Bye.